I'm doing a video that's been long in the making, okay? I'm making some notes so I don't want to miss them. You know what I love about politics? I love the passion. You know what I dislike about politics? The passion. You see, I believe that sometimes our passion intimidates those within the church that think differently than we do. Now, I expect that in the world. You have business folks that will put a caricature of somebody on their desk that they don't like, and you're intimidated to talk to them about it, to tell them that it offends you. I get that. A family member may send an email that mocks someone that you voted for, and you don't want to say anything to them because, you know, your siblings will mock you, intimidate you, and so you don't say anything. My concern is when this happens in the church. You see, our passion should not intimidate those in the church. I believe when we do that, we are just throwing a spike right through the center of unity. If you intimidate somebody by your politics in your church, you are wrong. You're wrong even if you're right. I tell pastors often, just because you're right doesn't mean you open your mouth. If you're married for any length of time, you understand that comment. Just because you're right doesn't mean you open your mouth. So the question comes, well, how do you pray then for people about politics and in politics? And how do you pray for that situation? Let me give you some advice since I'm in the prayer business. Matthew 10:26, Proverbs 10:9, a couple of places in Ecclesiastes it talks about that people's deeds would be seen for what they really are. So pray and trust the Lord to take care of that. You know why many of you will not like praying that way? Because you don't trust God to do what you want him to do. You don't trust God that others will see the errors the way you do. How do you pray for individuals? And I do this all the time. If you know that I go to DC, you know this is the way I pray with and for people. Find somebody on your side of the aisle that you agree with, that you know claims to be saved. Then pray Romans 15:13 for them. Lift them to the God of hope. Trust that he is filling them with joy and peace simply because they're believers. And then, Lord, that they would experience that hope that transcends every bit of their understanding. Now, find somebody on the opposite side of the political aisle that you disagree with, but who also claims to be saved. And I would encourage you to pray for them with the same passion that you pray for the person that you agree with. Question, the challenge is, are you more interested in winning the argument? That will dictate how you really pray. And that'll dictate whether or not you are comfortable driving a stake through unity in your church or keeping unity in your church. We have a great opportunity in the world today with the passions being as strong as they are in politics. We have a great opportunity, and that is to stand apart from the world with unity amongst those men and women that you disagree with because they're your brothers and sisters. They will be with you in heaven. Do not let your passion intimidate somebody else just because they vote differently than you. Love you. I hope you still love me.